Hey, so welcome. I'm Demiashi, obviously, and I have a little bit of a treat for you. I recently acquired. Now I own a Favio Faggio collection, the binder, and maybe one day I'll do a video with the binder. These are just the cards, though. I bought a second, or I've bought a couple sets, but I recently bought a set of the cards, so I thought we'd go through those. So we got Persistence of Memory, which is Salvador Dali. So this is an artifact, and it's in his collection. It does a bunch of things to other artifacts, which is kind of cool, but kind of elaborate. There's the IK Chang, which is an alternate universe card. This is in All Good Things, and you can see the disruptor, and it goes off and matches with the disruptor bolt on the USS Pasteur, which is this is Beverly Picard's medical relief vessel. Obviously, with Picard, we've seen that these events did not happen because of Q meddling. Then we get Talara. Here, she is a 3-faction character. Ironically, she is a Federation faction as one of those 3 factions. So she's Romulan Federation and a non-aligned. But she does not work with other Federation personnel. So that leads to some interesting quandaries of how you utilize that in a Federation deck. So really, she's just a Romulan and an aligned. But technically, she does play a Vulcan briefly. This is Picard's Artificial Heart. This is a Q artifact. So you need a Q flash in play. Here's a Guinan. So you may nullify any alternate universe icon on card or Q interrupt event or dilemma. So if on the Enterprise, doubles the captain's logs there. So she has no skills, but she does have some stuff and some solid stats. This is the Kopla card. It's all in Klingon. It has a completely different set of parameters and stuff. I believe it's in an interrupt, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go and look the translation up again. So this is the Dixon Hill card. So it is an interrupt an event, and if you use it as an interrupt, it has its own stuff. Sort of like the Klingon card, this needs to be translated into actual English, because this is in like noir mob speak. There's a black hole here. I do love the distortion in this card and how the card is printed to look like it's being sucked into itself. This is the DNA metamorphosis thing. This is the Geordie LaForge one that we see in that particular episode. I don't think I can make the camera look at it, but it actually glows in the dark. So like if I expose this to light, which I'm doing right now, and then turn off the light, it would glow in the dark. I think I'd have to expose it for several minutes, so I can't really run that particular experiment. Here's a 1962 Roger Maris baseball card. One card trading card, collectible icon of ancient sport. And then it still retains its bubblegum aroma. I'll be perfectly honest, that's all simulated. Actually, as a really weird thing, this card comes with bubblegum next to it. So you have the actual set with the binder that it came with. It actually has it. So here is Lore. He doesn't work with feds because he's unaligned. Does a bunch of stuff. Doubles stuff and makes them broken. Here's Kivas Fajo. He's terrible. Basically all the bad things. He has greed ×2, acquisition, and treachery on every unduplicated Artifact is worth 5 points. Makes parallel use of Partov. So if you play Partov with this character in play, you get to duplicate if your opponent plays him. Note, he has no integrity. None. Zip, zilch, zero. There's a couple little quirky ruling on that with no integrity. Basically, he can't have integrity is the gist of it. So if you have something that adds integrity, which are super rare events because of just reasons, he still can't benefit from it. He has great cunning and, mediocre strength. So this is a 2-person personnel. This is Lusra and Betor. It is a dual affiliation of Romulan and Klingon. Does not work with Klingons with honor. You can definitely build a deck around this. Don't worry about it. Dr. Sung is here too. You can see that him and Lore have these icons, which are called Nemesis icons. It's not helping me. This one here. So they point in different directions. So they're color coded. So this is yellow. In this case, this was the first set of it that had it, so that's why. So cybernetics 6 times 2, computer skills and engineering. Cybernetics isn't exactly a skill you see lots of, but it is a skill. Here's our Locutus Oborg. With all your standard. This is literally a clone of the Picard from the main set. And it allows you to have bonuses. And given the fact that Borg ships are already stupid broken, the fact you're adding +4s to their weapons and shields is absolutely ridiculous. Here's a Miles O'Brien. So this is the next generation Miles O'Brien. Doesn't work with Cardassian security, transport skill 2, music, navigation, and near warp. Transport, which is a card in a set. He's also 777s. And then, of course, there's Spot, who is one of the few animal cards. The other one that comes to mind is George and Gracie out of the motion picture set. And they have 9 lives. Basically, Spot's one of those cards, so when you do random distribution to figure out who's dying, because some dilemmas will sit there and go, character who dies, or character with integrity under X, or strength under X, or strength above X, or cunning above X kind of thing. They're the ones who die. In this case, some of those cards will say random, in which case you take all of your cards face down and you shuffle them so that your opponent can't know which card is which, then you pull it. Spot allows you to basically sort of dodge it, because Spot has 9 lives, therefore 8. Spot can die 8 times. That's basically it. It's basically a pun in a card with mechanics. It isn't really great any other way. It does have integrity. It does have cunning, and it has a unique strength ability. It doesn't actually really have strength, but it does have this pounce to disable any personnel. But it also disables her as well. So I thought that'd be interesting. I just happened to have that. I made an order where I had gotten that set. So I thought it would be nice to show it off. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you came for this little sidebar episode, so not nearly as long, obviously. Be appreciated if you love to like, subscribe if you want. Live long and prosper.